Welcome back. We're
2.
talking about MMOs in this special edition, Deathbed Studios with Adam and Tristan. The next MMO that we're going to talk about, and if you stumbled upon this video and somehow missed the other one, you might want to go back, because we talked about Warhammer Online, Dark Age of Camelot, and Star Wars Galaxies. But now, this, I feel like I would be alienating a bunch of fans out there, even if we don't have fans, if I did not talk about this game, but I completely hate this game. This guy played for a little bit. I tried it out, but it just wasn't me.
I liked it.
It's I don't know. We have mixed opinions on it. We're talking about World of Warcraft, and it's apparently over 7 million users online. How legit that is, I don't know, but I'm not here to bash it. But definitely has its ups and downs, I'll admit. PvP is alright. I like the...
I didn't like PvP in this game that much.
I like the mounts. I mean, there's a griffin on the back cover, if you guys
hard
can't
to get.
see that.
Or,
apparently it's insanely hard to get, but it's just too easy for me. It doesn't have a learning curve, and it just, I don't know, I just don't like it.
It's for like the casual MMO player. I mean, you don't have to dedicate too much time on the game to get really that far, which I like. I mean, I don't like games where, you have to spend a whole lot of time on a game to be really powerful, like Final Fantasy XI was back in the day before, with the whole Fields of Valor stuff going on.
It's too simplistic for me, and I like insanely hard things that I can really lose my mind in and really have no life, and I don't know, it's just not me. I mean, I know people who play this. I know massive amounts of people who play this. Shout out to my friends here. If you have shout outs, whatever. Whatever.
I don't play anymore.
But
thank God.
It's just, I don't know, too simplistic for me. But it's doing well in the market, and I can't. It must be doing
Blizzard,
something.
Blizzard makes some good games.
It does.
Came out for StarCraft 2.
So, finally, we're gonna talk about my favorite MMO out there.
It's pretty good, yeah.
It is a great MMO. I've spent a lot of time on it, and it's definitely a great game. We're talking about Final Fantasy XI. This is the collector's edition. Definitely a game back in the day where it was insanely hard to level up, and that was, I think, a big complaint among gamers.
That downfall for it.
It really was very, very hard for people to play.
Yeah.
And really be a casual gamer.
Yeah, there was no casual stuff with this.
It was a very hardcore game, and you had to dedicate a lot of time to it.
I spent a whole summer on that game one time.
And it doesn't have much to do with the other Final Fantasy games, but if you're a Final Fantasy fan, then you'll know that it doesn't have much to do. I mean, the summons are in it, Chocobos, Mogs, the standard Final Fantasy stuff. But good news for those who either left the game or tried it out when it was insanely difficult. They actually came out with a new system, level syncing, which is completely amazing, where a higher level player can go to a low level place such as the Dunes, which is notorious for time consuming, and they can actually drop down to the other the lowest person in the party's level and still gain good experience from that. The only downside is I don't really see a downside to it. It definitely, I mean, it does limit your abilities and stuff like that, but that's standard. They don't want you being a powerhouse, in places. And also, it got a lot easier to solo because there's a thing called Field of Valor, which it gives you basically missions, and
you have to kill a certain amount of targets, and you get EXP from these targets and money from these targets.
And also tabs, which can be exchanged for different buffs, and it definitely is a great game. So I recommend for people who played it before and ended up like not liking it or didn't like the casualness of it, I definitely recommend going back to it. And I just want to point out that I don't think it's going to die anytime soon. A lot of people, with the announcement of Final Fantasy XIV, which is going to be online also, and not a sequel to this, a lot of people have said that it's going to die very quickly.
But
and
Square
it's
Enix said that unless the fans support it, they won't close it.
And it's definitely being supported, and I'm gonna continue playing it as long as I can. And when Final Fantasy does come up, then we'll see where it goes. But I definitely recommend it for people who, uh, haven't played an MMO or have played World of Warcraft and are looking to jump ship, because I know a lot of people tend to cap a level in that game and end up not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
Another thing that's great about Final Fantasy XI is you can change jobs on the fly, which is great
to
because
create new characters.
you can completely level a certain class and then jump ship to another one, and it's definitely a great game.
You can have sub jobs which combine these two classes together.
It does, and what's the time say? I don't know.
Well, we're 9 minutes in this one.
Okay, well, real fast, how much does this cost online? This is like, what, $12 online?
Yeah, and additional for each character you create.
Yeah, and how about WoW?
That's only $1. WoW? I forgot.
Oh, we're on 9 minutes
It's
now.
probably around that.
Yeah, my pick for an MMO is Final Fantasy XI. What's your pick?
I'm still with Dark Age of Camelot.
Alright, well, we're running out of time here. Thanks for viewing, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.